Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangout. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adabot, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro Rez, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That is right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. We are back. Last week we had a little thing, but we are back this week, and this is episode 401. That's right. 2 weeks ago, we celebrated our 400th episode, and hopefully we can do 400, 500, 600 more. So we're hanging out in the live broadcast chat room in the Adafruit Discord server. So if you want to chat with us during the show, you can drop in some GIFs, some gaffs, some goofs, coffee emojis, happy emojis, kitty cats, and more, all on the Adafruit Discord server. Pedro, what's the URL for that?
URL for all of the chats on the Discord is discord.gg/Adafruit.
Yay.
Not only Discord, but we are on the YouTube chats, on Twitch. Did Facebook load today? Maybe on Facebook.
It says we have a checkbox.
On Periscope.
The 4 major networks.
Yes.
Space, you, Twitch, and a bird. A bluebird. All right.
We might be there.
Yeah, we're probably there.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to everybody hanging out all over the world. Let's give a couple shout outs in the Discord. Good morning, Andy Calloway, Jim Hendrickson, Rosin, A Cup of Coffee, Teeth, and Squid, Connor.
Squid.jpg.
Over on the YouTube to Wester. Good morning. Good morning, good morning.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff to catch up on too, so we're going to try to squeeze in all sorts of prototyping projects, that sort of thing. So let me get right to the housekeeping, and then we'll jump into this week's project, and then we'll do a bunch of prototyping because we are prototyping lots of stuff, shop talk, and then lots of community makes. So a lot of jam-packed show. Buckle up, everybody. Here we go. Adafruit.com/free to find out all the free deals going on at the time of this recording, because sometimes we'll have freebies change later tonight on the Wednesday. So this week, $99 or more will get you a half size Perma Proto PCB. If your order is $149 or more, you'll get the half size Perma Proto PCB plus the KB2040, that lovely dev board with the RP2040 chip from the Raspberry Pi. And if your order is $200 or more, you get the KB2040, the half size Perma Proto, and UPS ground shipping, free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. Check out adafruit.com/free for the details. This week, today, we have a coupon code that will get you 10% off your total order. And this week, the coupon code is Canary. But to get the freebies, they get automatically added to your account because that's how the system works. So you don't have to do anything like that. It just automatically calculates your total and adds the freebies as necessary. But 10% off is the coupon code Canary. So check that out, because we're going to talk about the Canary project that we did last week. Is that good?
Perfect. Then we'll get into prototyping and look at all the Tears of the Kingdom stuff. Looks like you guys are excited about that.
Yeah. So real quick, let me just run through the Learn Guide. This is a collaboration project with Capney Rambor. She had this idea to make a IoT nightlight, and she was inspired by this song by the band They Might Be Giants. So she wanted to make a blue canary that watches over you, because that's the part of the lyric. So yeah, it uses Adafruit IO to get the time, and then depending whether it's daytime or nighttime, it'll change the color. We've had a project like that before, the IoT star fragment lamp, but this one has an extra feature. It will blink red if it detects that your internet network is down. That was a feature request from Lady Ada herself. So check that out if you want to see some IoT circuit Python code that will do some internet detection and getting the time and, controlling NeoPixels to be a certain different type of color. This uses the ESP32-S3 Qt Py board and the 5x5 NeoPixel grid. So if you're trying to do like a little project that's similar to this bird, those are some good pieces of kit to make a little nightlight that's internet powered. Of course, this could also be done in Whippersnapper. If you just want to like quickly change the color, you could do that. But this is a CircuitPython project, and the Learn Guide covers the whole thing, the circuit diagram. We have a bunch of CAD files. We have pages on how to set up your Adafruit account. Kattni discovered that we had some older documentation on how to create an Adafruit IO account. Now, everybody that has it also has an IO account. Like, just have one. So this walks you. This has been updated to come out for any newcomers on how to set up your Adafruit account and how to access your Adafruit IO API key and all the stuff that you should know about. So good job, Kattni. She updated that. So going forward, our IoT Adafruit IO projects will have this, updated information because it was a little out of date. So she blew the dust off of it and brought it to the today's. She did a great job. Yeah,
I remember this actually happened a while ago, but I completely forgot that the accounts had merged. So yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's how the open source documentation is. Like, you just gotta kind of update it as you go. She did a good job on commenting the code. It is super commented. So if you want to get a breakdown of how the CircuitPython code works on doing the network detection and just how to send and receive data from Adafruit IO, how to ping and stuff like that, this is a good piece of code. A couple other folks on the team took a look at this. I think Dan Halbert and I think Jeff Epler, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, they all took a look at it as well. And yeah, it's all here, very thorough, and everything's broken out in code blocks so you can dissect it and understand it. Oh, there's two pages of code walkthroughs. Wow, cool. And then the assembly just shows you how to solder up the Qt Py and the NeoPixel BFF. This kind of permanently sandwiches the two boards together just for a super ultra low profile board. That's kind of the tightest you can get them to be. But yeah, it just walks you through all that. And the print is a snap fit design that let's go ahead and take a look at now. This was my first kind of project where I used surface sculpting tools in Fusion 360 to create this bird. So the bird is very organic, it's very curvy, and it 3D prints without any support material. But it's a two-piece design. You have this hollow shell that's in the shape of a canary bird. It has this little opening here for USB ports, cables, adapters, that sort of thing. But it is printed in this white filament. In the video from last week, I showcased two birds, one stone. This is like a translucent color, and basically just showing you like what are the differences between the two. Because like Kattni had asked, like, oh, what if it was printed in this clear filament? And I was like, well, you could do that, but look at it has such a drastic change in the diffusion. If you're going for this effect, by all means, go with the clear filament. But I really like the soft evenness of the white opaque filament. So there's a big difference between transparent and translucent filament. But you probably already knew that. But if you didn't, this is a good visual representation of like what kind of diffusion you get with the different filament choices. The piece of hardware is just snap fitted into this little bottom pit that just snap fits. There are no mounting holes on the Qt Py boards, so that's why I kind of have to have a little press fit kind of thing here. Yeah, so that is pretty much the whole project in a nutshell. So check it out. You can use one of these wall adapters. This is for one of the cell phones, the iPhone, and it has the 5 amps. 5 volts, 1 amp power supply, and then you can use one of these USB Type A to USB Type C, and then you can have this in the wall, or we have a right angle adapter that you could use if you want to do something like this. That wouldn't work. Something else, right? There's some other one I have that did work.
Yeah, for like the outlet was at a funky angle.
Yeah, this one here, I think, would work like that or something. I had some weird setup. I forget. Like I had like 5 adapters.
Yeah, these are good to have just in case you have that weird setup.
Right. Yeah. And then like the Adafruit ones we have of this, they're like on the side, so that made it even more weird.
That's that's what I'm talking
So
about.
that's why I use this one in the video, because like it just worked out for my outlet. And you know, the outlets are different in your country, so get the one that works for you. Or if you're just having it plugged into the computer's USB port hub, that works too. That's how I have it set up. But yeah, kind of a fun IoT nightlight.
Yeah, there's one comment that the blue light would keep them up. Andy Calloway said that blue light would keep them up. And yeah, we do have a little description on there that the blue light is actually pretty bad for when you're trying to fall
the blue
asleep.
light. So the project says that the blue, or in the code, the default code that you can access, the blue is for daytime and the red is for nighttime. Because Katney did a little bit of research and she read that the red LED lighting is good for night. Blue is fine for day. I actually updated the code so that it is off during the day and it is on during the night. That's kind of how I want it to be. But we have it set up so it's customizable very easily in the top of the code. But you could also have it turn off during the day and turn on during the night, or however.
I think the main thing that Lamar wanted to use this for was having it only turn on red when Wi-Fi goes down. So that, I think, was the main goal.
That was the main thing that she wanted, and that's what differentiates this project from our Star Fragment project.
It is a Wi-Fi indicator.
Yeah. So
I think our story, which is a story that everybody has, where they're in the room. Hey, honey, did the Wi-Fi go down?
Right. And this is a little bit bigger, and you can
confirm there with an actual thing that yes, it has gone down.
Yeah, our router is actually right here, and it's behind a picture frame, so I can't even see. Is it on? It's
cool. Yeah. Connor on YouTube is saying that seems like you could adjust the color to match apparent sun color, i.e., yellow, day, red.
Absolutely, yeah.
The
totally.
It's not dark sky. What is it now? The open source one. Is it dark sky?
Open Medio, I think, something like that. Yeah, that's the one that the Star Fragment uses. This one just uses Adafruit IO to get the time, so no need for like a third-party API. It's just Adafruit's API. And yeah, so check it out. Yeah, it's a little jarring. This blue is like blowing me out here. I guess I could just make it white. I have the code open here, so maybe I'll just do that real quick, and then we'll get off this project. Where am I here? Here it is. Let's do 255, 255, and 255. Let's make it white. And then, of course, depending on your filament color, it won't be exactly the right color, but hey, now it still looks blue. How about that? Where do I knock down all the blue?
Speaking of filament, looks like my 7 spools of filament have arrived.
7?
Yeah, I ran out of a bunch.
Yeah. There you go. Now it's like a green, yellow nightlight.
Hey, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, on the camera.
It's very appropriate to Zelda colors.
Right, yeah. It's a ultra bird. There you go. All right, so there you go. There's the bird. Check out the Learn Guide. And that's it.
Posting all the links to all the stuff. And of course, we get the coupon code. Is it Bluebird?
No, it's it should be Bluebird. I just put Canary. I updated it. My bad. I need to update. Yeah, go ahead and update the notes. It was going to be Bluebird, but like it's not just a Bluebird. It can be any color. It's just not rainbow. I tried rainbow and it didn't work. It didn't look good on the grid.
Even as like a chase?
Even as a chase. It's just because the grid is so dense.
Oh,
it just doesn't translate well.
Yeah. It's all together in one.
Yeah, it's all together, so it's kind of hard to get cool effects. I think the pulse effect worked well, but any other effect just doesn't look good. Anywho, that's last week's project. Pedro, you got the next segment with what are you prototyping?
Let's go ahead and jump into what are we prototyping. Let's go ahead and just go to this camera, I guess. I'm working on the Ultra Hand from. Oh my god, I forgot the name.
No, the Tears
What
of
is
the
the name?
Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Which, spoiler, you know where those tears are coming from? Have you seen that yet? Has anybody seen
Korok?
where the tears are coming
Coming from
from?
Koroks.
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, actually, I don't know where the tears are coming from. I
Yeah,
thought it was
okay.
from the Koroks because there's been lots of
Nope,
shenanigans.
not yet.
Oh, the
So yeah, that's
official,
gonna be
narrative.
yeah. So not still prototyping, obviously. So not the full Ultra Hand yet. So here's the other missing piece of it. So all using the LED nudes, which are these neon-like LED little strips that kind of look like the EL wire. Way brighter than EL. You don't need an inverter. I'm just using a 9-volt battery on this. So didn't get all of the wires all nicely routed through since this is still the prototype. The final is going to be like in the gold or the copper color I'm still printing out here. Getting all the fit and finish set for this, like the channel depth for all this, and then all the little details for that. And yeah, it's going to be a nice, simple LED wearable project for Tears of the Kingdom. So if you guys don't know, the Ultra Hand is one of the latest abilities in Zelda, where I forget the dude's name, who trying to fight Ganondorf, and gives Link the Ultra Hand, which grants you the ability to levitate objects and like fuse like a bunch of vehicles and weapons and stuff, which has made the freaking game so amazing. Like the amount of weapons and like just the way that you can battle enemies and everything, insane. In how the game does not break. You know, none of the code is like going crazy when you're trying to fuse all these different materials together. It's amazing. So
It's pretty amazing.
Gavin's been playing that thing like every day after school, and since I don't have that much time to play, he's been telling me what weapons to create and all that. So the very first thing that he wanted was, of course, the Ultra Hand. So yeah, this would fit perfectly with the LED nudes. So I'm working on the little hand part for that now, and these are just being strung and attached in here with the little channels that are in the model. So you can see there, it's like a 2 millimeter depth for the channel. So that should fit all of your LED nudes. So there'll be a coin cell battery to power this guy with probably a 100 ohm resistor on there. So it's not super bright. I believe there is 100 on this one too. Otherwise, like it definitely is bright enough to sort of start hurting your eyes a little bit.
Oh, it's so bright.
And yeah, it can be. And I like how they designed this in the game so that it actually works pretty good as a wearable. So having like this whole part cut out so you can actually bend your hand. It's perfect. Yeah. So in the dark, this definitely lights up the room. Now it's supposed to be green color. Just got my green nudes for that. So I'll be swapping this out. And one of the updated models is actually still printing since it takes, I think it's like 17 hours to print this entire thing. This is just the like the forearm cuff. You can see here, definitely a ton of supports to lift all this stuff up, and nice big old brim on the bottom. I think it prints this way, and yeah, I was able to chisel in all of the little details in there. Since I can't really bend the LED nudes into like a circle for this, a lot of the little details like that have been omitted. There is like a bunch of circles all over here, make it look all nice, but not gonna model it if the main thing you're gonna be looking at is the nudes on here.
Yeah, it's a great project for these LED noodles.
Yeah. This will be routed a lot more better. It's just hanging
right. Yeah, it's a prototype.
Yeah, still getting all fitting. And man, it's gonna be a little bit painful removing this since I got the fitting better on this one. I did on this one, so
yeah,
I have to leave this on for the entire show, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's just removing it. It's the sizing for the cuff.
Yeah,
I did see somebody. It was on Cults where I actually traced this from, but since they didn't model it for attaching electronics, it's basically just like game asset stuff that they probably downloaded. So
yeah,
I wanted to make one that is completely editable inside of Fusion. So all of the circles are all just sketches, so you can go in there, change the diameter, and it'll update. So I am making a smaller size for the kiddos so they can too practice their levitation and have them
Cool.
wear this while they clean their rooms.
Right.
Go clean
Okay. That's fun.
But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
super awesome wearable. Man, looks so cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's gonna look great with the green and
Man, yeah.
the arm attachment thing.
I think the
palm
only
attachment.
thing that I'm not going to do is there are a bunch of rings, and each
Yeah.
one, as you get like what is it, ascend and auto build and all
Right.
the additional different abilities, Link does gain an extra ring for each one.
Mhm.
I need to finish this now, so
Yeah.
no rings.
Okay.
Kind of looks like a Iron Man repulse sort of thing. If it was on
Right,
this
but on the other side, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Cool.
nice. Very nice. Takes forever to print, but super cool in terms of what you get at the end. Nice,
Yes.
glowy.
Yeah, I foresee lots of Link, Tears of the Kingdom style cosplaying this year.
Oh man, yeah.
For the years to come, it's
it's
definitely game of the year in my book. It's
game
an
of this
amazing
year,
game.
next year. Like
I'm playing it every single evening for
all I hear
minimum
all day.
3 hours. I'm playing a lot. So yeah, I have a couple of project ideas. It's just kind of out there right
We
now.
have a
I
whole
haven't started
list.
anything. Yeah, we have a big list of tons and tons of props, swords, treasure chests, dispensers, like a bunch of little things. So many different project ideas.
Remake the Master Sword.
Yeah, we could remake that.
Is there anything like the Saw Blade yet? Oh yes, there is. You're working on it. The construct.
The flux construct.
Yes. So it's a big old cylinder with spikes, rotates, and you figured out how to do.
Yes. Coaxial gears is a fun mechanism I haven't played with yet, so we'll see if that works out. But
I'm not going to show that off yet, but yeah, it's
I shared it on my Twitter of the CAD animation of the gears meshing and motion linked together. But that's a big one. Long term, we're waiting on the prop maker feather to be released, hopefully next week. So that's a big product. What do you call it? You're muted, Pedro. I think your button. There you go.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna power every prop going forward. The prop maker feather, because it's an all-in-one feather running off the RP2040 chip, but having all the things that the prop maker feather wing has now all in one is gonna make it really low profile and embeddable. So that's what we're looking forward to. But your prop, it's just LEDs and a 9-volt battery, so that's good too. Like it's important to have these kind of quick LED projects that don't require a microcontroller and all this complexity, and the BOM is like expensive, but yeah, so it's hard to balance between the two.
Yeah, this is definitely for. Oh man, I should have had the username ready to share on here. That one dude on Instagram, I think he like does access or is Link for Nintendo, like for the live events. He uses a bunch of the props that we've made, like the shield and the saw blade, the Master Sword.
Yeah, like a real life Link.
I mean, he freaking looks the part. Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, and Charlone's in the chat room too. No spoilers.
I know. I didn't want to spoil it.
She's super excited for the Ultra Hand prototype, and that we are masters. Thank you. And Match Link is reliable. Yes. Maker Link. There you go.
There's so much to like about it.
Yeah, Maker Link. Get it? Because like the whole point of the game is like you have the ability to craft, like Minecraft. You're making all these devices and vehicles, and you can build like traps and stuff. It's pretty nuts. And then you can build houses and boats. It's like, oh my god.
Have you seen there's this whole like Star Wars, like building X-wings and
oh my god, I haven't seen that
fighters. I'll send you a video. There's this one where they're like on the comms talking, Red Leader 1, Leader 1, are you ready? And they're like every single one, like all the ships, Star Wars ships, and they're like doing a thing, like getting all the.
I hope I saw somebody say like, I really hope that they have an update for the game that allows you to share your creation somehow with like some sort of like file that you like can
For doing
send.
auto build, yeah.
Yeah, or to do an auto build, yeah, so you can like share. Like people are sharing their GPS or their longitude and latitude coordinates so that they can find whatever whatever spot they found this thing. So that's cool. But anyway, that's a lot of Zelda talk, and we're in it. So
everybody's liking it. So
okay, cool.
Everybody's playing. Yeah,
Fun.
there's so much even like cultural wise, I like how like a lot of that stuff is like Aztec-y and
Mesoamerican.
Mesoamerica,
Yeah, totally.
like the flame emitter definitely looks like Quetzalcoatl and the shrines,
yep.
and even the people, like the clothes that they wear looks like the ponchos from Peru and stuff. So
yeah,
lots
it
of
was very cool. Yeah, I kind of want to make a flame emitter.
Squid is playing as he watches.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I would be playing too. All right.
Next
up. Give me a sec. I have to queue up my my screen here. So speaking of the prop maker feather that is coming out, I thought it'd be important to update a very old project. I'm gonna have to share my entire screen here. So I'm gonna go in tunnel mode for a second. All right, so I'm gonna go into Fusion 360. We're gonna take a look at some CAD. Yeah. So this is Adabot. Adabot is getting an RP2040 prop maker feather. So I have been spending a lot of time modeling up Adabot. We have a 3D printable Adabot kit, but it was designed in like 2013 using Maya. So it's like a polygon kind of model. This one is all done in Fusion 360. We'll have a step file available so folks can modify it in different CAD programs, but it is going to be a snap fit together Adabot with a prop maker. It's going to have lots of electronics. So the prop maker feather, a micro servo, button, NeoPixel stick, and a speaker for doing audio effects. So this is going to be a kind of animatronic toy. Adabot's head will be able to rotate, and Adabot's arms will be able to rotate. Legs will be 2 pieces so that it can snap fit and be printed in different colors. The back here has a button to actuate sound effects. You have access to the Stemma QT port. You have some button pressers here for the reset and the boot button. You got a USB port there at the bottom. And I had fun learning how to create these gears that use motion link so that they rotate in the proper manner. So
how cool.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, so you can see here that the neck is free open so that all the electronics will fit in there. And then we'll have the speaker on the top of Adabot's head, the mini oval speaker, and it'll all be done in CircuitPython code. And you'll be able to rotate the claws. Ooh, I need to fix that linkage there. I merged the wrong thing there, but you'll be able to rotate these claws. But mainly the thing that was going to be servo driven is just the head, because I think it'd be too complicated to make the arms rotate. I think the arms could just be articulating in this one rotation, and the legs are kind of static. But maybe we can design a different set of legs that have like the flexible joint hinges so that it can kind of sit down or something, or sit on your shoulder. Maybe it'd be a fun little thing. But this is the starts of it. It's basically using all of the accessories, features from the prop maker. I do want to have like it has the onboard accelerometer, so I want it to have a sleep detection. So when you lay Adabot on its side or lay down like this, it'll stop the head from moving, and maybe it'll say like an audible note like "I'm sleeping" or something like that, or "good night." That way you can shut it off when you're done playing with Adabot. So it's a fully featured Adabot. We haven't really done this before, and thankfully the prop maker will make all this possible with just one dev board as opposed to like 5 different boards. Like if we used back in the day, we would use a trinket Then we'd use a lipo backpack. Then we'd have the sound effects board. Then we'd have the accelerometer. That's like 4 boards. Oh, and then the amplifier. That's 5 boards.
Yeah.
Power boost. If you wanted to have a rechargeable thing. So a lot of boards all come into one, and then because of CircuitPython, all the audio files can just live on the board, and reprogramming it easily and charge it all with just one USB port. So yeah, it'll hopefully be all support free 3D printed parts that snap fit. I'm thinking maybe some magnets for the 2 arms so that you can print it like this, and then it'll like clamp onto these little joints here. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of design considerations while making this. Yeah, so lots of CAD work, and this is the first time I'm using Motion Link, which allows you to link different joints together. So as you saw, the head does that thing where the servo moves, and so does the gear. So that is my prototype, Adabot. I still have a little bit of work to do on it, and then lots of printing to make sure all the tolerances work out. But yeah, folks will soon be able to have their own
excited
animatronic Adabot. So.
Dang, I just saw some of the teal color. Remember, we had a pretty tough time finding the Adabot teal color. I should have ordered it. Now I gotta look for it again.
Yeah, it's fine. We can print it in any color. I've seen people print it in pink and green and black, like all sorts of colors for Adabot. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So hopefully the prop maker feather will be released hopefully next week.
Wait, it's all one, so it doesn't need a feather.
Yeah, it's a feather. It's great.
It's all one.
It's all in one.
I think I missed that whole part where it's just one board, no headers to solder on, and with it. Holy crap!
With all the right ports for servo and speaker, amplifiers built in, so no need for an amplifier.
Dang,
it's going to be a very nice prop.
Yeah, this is good since we have so many props. We gotta.
Yeah, basically we're gonna have to redo all of the, like you said, the Master Sword, the Guardian Sword, all the most popular props. Like we're gonna have to go back, the lightsabers, the dark sabers, the lightsabers, all the sabers.
They'll have to be remade. Bender.
We can make a bender. All right. Let me stop my screen and bring back Discord so we can look at Bender. Yeah, Bender. Yeah, hopefully folks will be making like a lot of robotic things. Yeah.
Did you see that Futurama's coming back?
I did on Hulu. Yes, they are coming back. So maybe we'll see it. Very cool. That's it for prototyping. Yeah, next up I have. Yeah. I finally did another layer by layer, and it's on this thing. This is a 3D printed case that snap fits, but has live hinges. So here's a case, and it has a live hinge here for this top cover. So that snap fits. And then this case is 2 halves that are joined together with a thin piece of plastic that is called a live hinge because it's a hinge that can move in all sorts of degrees. Thank you. And I designed the case to fit a piece of washi tape, a reel of washi tape. This is a very lovely craft masking tape, and it's got a whole community and tons of different.
I need to print like 10 of these.
Right. Yeah. So this just houses one. So it spins in there. So it has like a little holder for it. And then it has this lip here that allows the 2 to snap fit, and they stay locked in there. And then you have some snaps in here, and then this closes on both of them like that. There's your live hinge. There's another live hinge. You could probably put a key ring here if you wanted to like have this on your keychain or something. But yeah, it's just a little case that prints flat on the bed like this, all in one piece. And then you got the top and the 2 halves that all fold together. So I did a layer by layer on how to design the step-by-step in Fusion 360. So check that out if you are interested. We'll have a link in the description. And then we also have the file. Let me see if I can go back to us. I have the printables file on printables.
Whoa.
So I'm trying to find us here. Here we go. Yeah, so I released the file, Fusion 360 file and the step file, the STL file as well. So y'all can make it if you are a fan of washi tape. I also made it a version that holds just like some regular gadgetry adapters.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
the other type of tape that does not like to stick or doesn't like to stay coiled. What the hell is the name of it?
Oh, the copper tape.
Yes, right? Yes, the copper
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that one's bigger though, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is parametric. You can update this to scale it up to whatever reel of tape. So you can do that. I also have this version that has these two USB-C dongles.
Oh,
so if you want to like house dongles,
yeah.
The original case inspiration was a piece of floss, like it has that foldable case. The I think it's Oral B dental floss that has a similar case design that inspired me to recreate it for 3D printing with no supports. So pretty much the same concept, just scaled down differently with less fillets. I did get myself a spool of TPU filament from Matter Hackers. I want to try printing the first 2 layers.
Yeah.
Because that's how thick this is. The live hinges are 0.4 millimeters, so that's 2 layers. And then I'll swap the filament for the PLA so that the rest of the model is the rest of the part is rigid, but the first layer is flexible, so it will hopefully last longer. Because right now I feel like if I keep bending the top cover, eventually you can see how it's turning white. It'll probably break off eventually if I keep flexing it over and over again. So, but this part here, it seems to be holding up pretty good, just because of the way it's not being there's not a stress point along the axis here. So I feel like this could be problematic if it was only PLA. So I'm going to try that out and I'll report back next time with that filament swap technique. Because now these days, like the printers and the slicers, they have a pretty easy way to set up filament swaps. So you don't need a dual extruder. You just need to tell it to swap the filament, pause the print, and then change out the filament. So yeah. And these days you can print the TPU, not the Ninja Flex flexible one, but like the 95A. Yeah, 95A. Yeah. So that is that's the shop talk. We got some foldable snap fits. Very fun.
Let's see. I had a comment. I cannot find it now. Oh, real quick on how long does it take to estimate a project like Adabot, like taken from inception until your first it works assembled prototype?
That's a good question. It's from David Michael here on YouTube. I haven't been keeping track, but I've been modeling it for let's say maybe 12 hours now, on and off throughout a couple days. I'll put in like an hour or 2 each day, but like it's probably been like 12 hours of CAD work, just because like I'm being very thorough about the design. Every project's going to be different. This one is sort of taking a little bit longer because I haven't done the coaxial gears before, so I'm learning that. So yeah, it's taken a while. Then there's other projects that take just 2 hours, like this bird. Like you could just do it in 2 hours of modeling if you're familiar with the modeling. Again, we're waiting on hardware, so I can't even really finish it.
Oh yeah, that's
hardware.
Right.
So
that's what's taking this one longer.
It's taking a while.
We're out of nudes, and then I was out of filament, and then holidays, things.
Yeah, I think if we weren't doing a learn guide, we would be able to create it quicker. But I think we take longer because we go the extra mile to make it. It takes longer to make something that can be disassembled. It really, really does.
Yeah.
And we try to make it easy to disassemble because when we're documenting, we'd have to make 2 of something if we glued it. So it takes a while to design that extra, bit of layer that allows you to take it apart. I was like, I'm going to put a screw here instead of just gluing it. That just takes longer. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna take a while, but
But
hopefully
usually,
we'll be able to build it a lot faster because all the documentation will be done and all the parts
Mhm.
will be tested and all the code is there. So like we hope that in a weekend you'll be able to build your Adabot, or you can build your lightsaber, that sort of thing, if you have all the parts on hand.
Yeah, of course. But ballpark, it takes about a month to complete a
Yeah.
project.
Yeah, especially if it's a new one with new hardware. Yeah, like a month.
Mhm. We've actually been waiting on this for about a month.
Yeah.
Or not, if not longer.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's community makes.
All right.
First one I do not have on hand, the Benchy with a storage.
Yeah,
Second
that's
one,
fine.
no. I think the kids took it and left it in the pool or something.
Okay.
Second one is everybody's favorite character to rescue. This week's community make is a Korok planter. But a
I like that
planter.
the plant just fell out. That was
I
perfect.
know. Well, to
So
make room.
yeah,
So
you can
little
put a real
drainage
plant in there,
holes.
but thankfully you didn't yet because now we can look inside the Korok's
No, it's
body,
this.
and
This
it is indeed hollow.
is it's pretty top heavy. It's fake.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, the it's a planter. So dual extruded on this guy. Check out the quality on that.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
I
Dual
could
extruded
not
on
think that.
an Ultimaker S5.
Yeah, Ultimaker S5. There's been a ton of firmware upgrades on that thing. Like every week, it seems like it wants to update. So
Oh, cool.
whatever fine tuning they've been doing is really good. This is just default. I didn't mess with any of the settings. The leaf is glued on, so that prints separately with
Okay.
the dual. You've got the black and the green on there, and then the stem is just glued on there. And yeah, this is just glued to the front there. I know I showed a different one in the time lapse because I can set up the time lapse for doing the dual extrusion. It's a little bit more tricky, and it doesn't look as smooth as the single extrusion time lapses. But yeah, he's I don't know what the size is. I have it listed in the time lapse, but it's big enough to have like a medium sized plant, especially if it's like on a moss pole or something. This is good enough to hold, especially since his feet are acting to balance him. Step back.
Yeah.
And he has a little lily pad, so you can have
Oh, look at
a
that.
little for your drainage hole.
Oh, right. That's so smart and clever.
So you can catch any water coming out of the drainage hole.
That's great.
All these little guys. So rescue him, take him to his friend, or as everybody's been doing, tortures.
Oh no.
There's a
Yeah.
better
So this is a awesome design. It's $1.50. The designer.
definitely worth
We
it.
we definitely support designers that are selling their stuff because it's a lot of work to do these things.
Yeah, this is a really good
And
one.
is it also single extruding too? Yes,
Yeah,
it's
you can just combine
MMU
it.
and single.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you got yourself like a Prusa with the MMU or the bamboo printers, the Carbon One I think has that dual extrusion. Yeah, you want a bamboo? Everybody wants bamboo.
I know, doing 4 colors would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So this was designed by PLA-n-PA.
Mhm.
So check out their design. It's on Cold 3D, and all the pieces are here. So check it out.
I did print the single extrusion ones. The eye pieces, unfortunately, do not fit. They don't. It's not. It's too big.
Yeah.
It's not even like snug. It just won't press in.
Okay. Well, it was awesome. We have a time-lapse video here.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. Here's what I was talking about. This is just the rainbow color one, just to show the time lapse.
Yeah, that's cool. It's so big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It can fill up the bed plate there.
Yeah.
It takes quite a while. 21 hours.
Ooh.
I think it's longer when you're doing dual extrusion because it has to part the head, do the purge, or do the retraction.
This green is different too. It's like a more transparent green.
Yeah, that's all I had left.
Yeah.
I used it all up. Actually, on the lily pad, you can see that it changes from a lighter green to a darker green. That's actually why I have all those spools coming in, because I have a couple of spools that are like, just has a little bit left that I just need to
replenish your spools. Very cool. All right, that is the
element for this is the what's that company?
Filamentum?
Yes, Filamentum, the sparkly stuff, and then for the brown, we're doing the Protopasta.
Protopasta, yeah, they have some good sparkly filament too.
Mm-hmm. And the green is just like they're not even around anymore, melting. So all the filament that I just ordered is like no name stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just got to get what you can. So
Yeah.
I tend to get my stuff from Matter Hackers. They tend to stock good stuff too. So that's another option. But that's here in the States. If you got somebody else, a distributor, and where you're from, just check them out. All right, that is the community makes. Oh, I got a comment right here, also from David Michael, saying thanks, great work. We built the lightsabers from your article, and we're excited to get this one too. Sweet, yeah. So I'm looking forward to folks building their own Adabots. Cool. All right, next up we have a ton of community makes. So let's get through these in the next 10 minutes or so.
All right.
First up, we have one straight from Discord. Oh. This is an epic one. Very epic. You ready for this? Pedro.
I'm watching.
All right. This was posted on the Show and Tell channel of the Adafruit Discord channel. And Squid.jpg, who's watching right now, they made 3 Darksabers.
Wow. Dude, I love that pink one.
Yeah, the pink one is super dope. So 3 of them. And they said, had so much fun building one that I had to build 2 more. Also wrote custom code to take advantage of the RGB and the RGB button. So the RGB button will go with the color of the blade to prevent the same sound from playing twice in a row, to make the motion detection work on all 3 axes and to smooth out the blade animation between state transitions. Also made one of the pink because why not? That is an awesome build. I love seeing folks add more features to their builds, because that is what we like to see. It's an open source design, so folks adding their own stuff to it is really great to see. So shout out to Squid for making so many of those builds.
Amazing.
Amazing. All right, let me queue up the next one. Okay, this one is another prop, a little bit of a 2016 prop, but this one is the hammer, the golden hammer from the Fix It Felix character from Wreck-It Ralph. So Sizzler on Thingiverse posted up their make of this very shiny golden hammer. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that gold color.
Yeah, that gold color is really nice. Let's see if they posted what kind of. It's called the 3DE PLA Silky Gold, printed on a CR10S Pro from Quilty. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, this would be another good prop maker project remake, because I think it used like the sound effects board and like a trinket and like a battery thing, and yeah, so that's cool. Right. The next one. See what it is. This is the first make of the LED noodle lantern. Very cool. They customized it a bit to match, I think, the Star Trek. So this was posted by Section 31. So that's very cool. LED noodle lamp. Quite the challenging build as well. They shared their trials and tribulations on this one in the comments, so it's a rather lengthy one. But it's one of those projects where you kind of have to build it as a ship in a bottle. It's just a challenging build. Okay. An on-air sign. This is another one. This is by NYY47, printed on their bamboo X1 carbon.
Yeah.
And go Bills. I guess that's the sports team in the back there. But yeah, if you're looking for an on-air sign, we have I think 2 of them now. We've designed and made learn guides for. And then we have another make. This one is of the older Adabot in 2014, I think. So MM posted this one up on Printables, and they customized the model so that it has like a star, and they think they colored in some of the things. So very fun. Yes, Adabot is getting an upgrade. All right. After Adabot, we have our first semi-make. It's almost there.
Oh, wow.
Shamar on Printables posted up their print of the Epcot Spaceship Earth project from two or 3 weeks ago, and they have it in this lovely black sparkling kind of. I think it's sparkling. Maybe it's just texturized filament. And they said they're waiting on the electronics. But yeah, that was great. And this was posted like on the day that I released the files on May 17th.
Oh, yeah.
So that was very fast. Printed overnight. And I actually got a support email this morning about what are some alternate boards. Basically, any ESP8266 or ESP32 board will work. But you just want to be careful with like the power, the powering the 5-volt NeoPixel strip. But yeah, the Feather Huzzah is a good example of like an alternate, because we know that the Cutie Pie is out of stock right now, the Pico 32. So yeah, and then the WLED website has like a list of supported hardware. So you could always take a look at those if you want to use a different board. So that's cool. All right, moving along. After that, we have 2 more to get through, and then we are caught up for the next from the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks maybe. This is the Disney Magic Band reader using an RFID reader from WizKit. Slinka posted this up on Printable. It says, nice design, tolerances are pretty loose, but it works as advertised, and the kids love it. That looks great.
Nice.
That's a nice Magic Band reader.
It's the Tinkerbell one.
Yeah, you would know. The Tinkerbell one. Yep.
Yeah.
And it works with all Magic Band readers, all versions of it, because they all use the same kind of RFID thing. Yeah. And the RFID WizKit board has the ability to memorize and I think save up to 10 different RFID chips. So you can load it up with all sorts of Magic Bands. Or anything really it's an RFID chip. So yeah, very cool. Glad to see people are making that one. And then we have 2 more here. Second to the last one is another Dark Saber. This was posted up by Bolander. Printed it in PETG black and translucent. That looks really good. Look at that shiny black. Very cool. Right, and now we're on to the last one. This is a post of the Nefertiti bust that we kind of modified. There's a bit of a controversy with this one when it was first came out. But we took the step file or the STL and we deresed it and turned it into a planter. I remember it had like a bunch of polygons and we had to like tone it down a bit so that the slicer could take it without crashing. But yeah, folks are still making this. It's a good planter. Nikolay posted this up. It says, great model. Thank you. And everybody seems to be using this new support tree style of supports.
Yeah, I have not, because last time I used it, it was not good at all.
Really?
Yeah, like the way it generates it, it's like, I mean, I haven't used it in a while, but when I did try,
maybe it's matured. I've seen a lot of people use it. People are using it.
Oh yeah, I've seen
to kind of go with the design of whatever part they're making.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen folks do that. So that's like they're integrating the tree support as a design element in their part, which is fun to see. And then I think this is a Bamboo, isn't it? Yeah, this is Bamboo Labs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think maybe the Bamboo slicer has.
I was gonna say that's probably
that's why everybody's doing it, because so many folks are sharing their prints from their new Bamboo printer. So we're seeing a lot of it. Cool. It took us a while to get on the Creality bandwagon, remember? Like for years. And we're kind of exclusively on these. Not exclusively, but we use the Crealties quite a bit here. All right.
I've been posting links in the private chat, not the other chat to post everywhere else.
Really? Oops.
I am getting this weird copy paste issue, or instead of a space, it's posting the #20, to the hex for a
That's weird.
space. What the heck is going on? It's
If you
when I copy stuff off of Google Docs and I paste it into something. Like if we're doing blog posts, it pastes in all of the freaking like hex code. So it's like 20% here, 20% there for all my spacing.
Yeah, it sounds like some
Is there an
HTML
option?
thing.
Is there an option inside of the Google Docs to not copy to copy plain text? Not
You have to take a look on your, I don't know.
this is so
Yeah.
annoying.
That's fun.
Did Google change something? Because this didn't used to happen.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing your on the chat thing here on the StreamYard that you're posting it on all the channels. So
That was just one. If you go to
there's
the private
one.
chat,
Oh, I see your private chat.
we've
Yeah,
been posting every freaking link.
well, we're still learning. This is our first year using this software. I like it. I'm using it for my layer by hires.
Yeah, this is really good.
It's really good. Yeah. So I'm a fan of StreamYard.
Yeah, definitely worth I forgot how much Adafruit pays. It's a
Yeah.
really
I think
good
it's like a subscription fee.
Mhm.
It's also free though too. If you
Even
have
free
like a
version.
watermark or something, maybe. Yeah. All right. I think we caught up on everything we needed to. We're 2 minutes before the show ends, and we have lots of stuff we're working on. Next week, we are taking off next week. I am going to be visiting Pedro in Florida.
Yay.
So I'm up here in Massachusetts, and we're going to take a week off next week to catch up, and I'll be in the Central Florida area. If folks have a planned trip to Disney, maybe we'll meet up and see folks. So
we'll be there.
Fun. Yeah, we'll be there. And tonight is what is it?
Just looking at the comments.
Okay.
No,
Tomorrow,
it's Google Docs doing this funky.
Is it Google Docs
format? Yeah.
Arr.
Yeah, because I've noticed it with the blog post. I have to now copy all of my usual the footer and the header stuff.
Yep.
Post it in the
app. Doc. Yeah, the
if
notes.
I copy from the notes, it pastes in plain text perfectly. But if I copy it off of Google Docs, it puts all that freaking HTML code in there. It's like, dude,
yeah, that's weird.
I want plain text, not that.
Are you in Chrome?
I am in Safari. Maybe it's a Chrome thing.
It's probably a Chrome thing. Yeah, I would use Chrome. I would try using Chrome. I haven't used Safari in a minute. Well,
I use Chrome for the for the ESP.
Oh yeah, the web serial.
Yeah, the web serial.
That's funny. I used it on when I installed WLED. Chrome picked it right up.
That's the only thing you can use. Yeah, so for hardware stuff, that's what Chrome is there for.
All right. Yeah, web serial. Cool. Well, tonight we have more shows. Ask an Engineer at 8 p.m. And before then is Show and Tell. It's going to be hosted by Melissa McBlanche. She will be hosting this week. I think I'll come on with the bird if everything goes as planned. Yeah, so come on by and hang out. We invite you to come on the Show and Tell. It's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll drop in a link in the Discord chat room a couple minutes before the Show and Tell time. And last week was hosted by JP, John Park, and Aaron St. Blaine. So come on by and share your stuff. We'd love seeing folks from the community share their stuff. We'll have another coupon code as well on Ask an Engineer and some more products and stuff. I am out of energy now.
All right, it's lunchtime. With all that said, don't forget to make a great day.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.